everybody. So I hope you had a great weekend. We are going to jump into Shayna's Dry Shampoo Showdown. I have very oily hair. I like to work out occasionally, and I live in the South, so you must, if you have all of those needs, and even just one or two of those, you must have a dry shampoo. So I'm going to start out. I have recently tried 7 summer drugstore. The others would be salon brands, and it kind of run the gambit price point wise from say $6 to one of, I'm trying to think, the one I'm pretty sure would retail for like 25. So we're gonna see how they stack up. I think you're gonna be honestly surprised. I was. Sometimes honestly money doesn't buy you the most amazing product. So let's dive in. First up is going to be Big Sexy Hair's Volumizing Dry Shampoo. I'll actually add that I am putting these in order of least love to most love. So that would tell you that I at least love this out of all of the ones I have tried. It is volumizing. That is actually a very true claim. However, it felt so dirty in my hair. There was no freshness to it. It was volumizing. It's a fair claim, but my hair felt really gross. It was not good. And it fogs really bad. Like, well, you can't really tell that, but it fogs really bad. The scent is at least light, but it just makes your hair dirty feeling. So I was not a fan of that. Probably gonna give that away. So not a fan of the Big Sexy Hair Volumizing Dry Shampoo. It's lowest on my list, and it's a salon brand. Next, quite possibly, biggest, saddest thing I've ever had. Within the past 2 weeks, Pureology has come out with their dry shampoo. It's called Fresh Approach Dry Shampoo for all types of color-treated hair. It's sulfate-free, and because you're not shampooing your hair, it's going to help protect your color. Now, the problem that I had with the Pureology one is it had a light scent, which is nice. It applied in a very cool, wet texture. Like, it dried eventually, and you felt like, oh, okay, this did something. But when you apply it, it feels like wet and cool, and it is gross. I will finish it, but I was really disappointed in that, especially considering that Pureology products, I mean, their shampoos traditionally retail for like $25 to $28. So this is not a cheap product, but the feel of it is just disgusting. Just disgusting. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest with you. So getting slightly better. We're moving upwards. My next up is Catwalks Session Series Transforming Dry Shampoo. Now, this is not pigmented, so if you overuse it, you could get a little dusty, but that's not really a problem with this. You can use as little as much as you want. Even on dark hair, it's not an issue. It does come out to a very powdery finish, so you do get like the oil absorption. It's awesome. What got me was the fragrance. It smells good, but it's so strong. I used it once and couldn't use it anymore. So someone that maybe likes a more perfumey fragrance could go for it. I didn't mind the fragrance. It was just too powerful for me, and this beast will fog up your bathroom real bad. So this may be something else that I maybe take to work to kind of demonstrate a dry shampoo on someone, but this is not my ideal situation, and I feel bad because there's a lot in here. But it does dry the oil. The fragrance is way too potent for me. Next up, it beats out, what, 3 salon brands, is the Instant Dry Shampoo. This is from Ulta. I want to say it's under $7. This is the original formula, so there's no pigment to it. This does come out to a very powdery finish. It's great for absorbing oil. You can get George Washington with it pretty easy. So go with it lightly and just make sure you kind of either brush your hair through or work your fingers in there to help disperse the product and absorb the oil. But this is an awesome dry shampoo at such a reasonable price point. I also would not recommend any dry shampoo in a non-aerosol form. This is not because I hate the environment. This is because it's just easier to apply the product in a more consistent manner. So that being said, the dry shampoo, it's a winner. It's amazing for the price of the product. And in my opinion, it beat out 3 salon brands. So that's awesome. Next up, we have the Redken Powder Refresh Aerosol Hair Powder / Dry Shampoo. This is empty, so I have used it up, and I did like the product. It had a light feel. I felt like it was so light, though, that I literally used this container up in a week. A little ridiculous. But for salon brands, Redken tends to fall kind of even keel with them all. So something a little higher end, but also not too crazy if you're delving into that realm. Lightweight, you can still work your hands through after you use it. It's not like the big sexy one where it's like concrete in there and you can't do anything, it's just too dirty. It does make your hair feel, you know, not oily and still light and manageable. But I just feel for the price point, it didn't last as long as others have for me, which is really disappointing. But I would say the powder refresh is really good and light scent. Wasn't bothered by the fragrance in it at all. My next up, and yeah, they're not, the top two are not tied. They're not tied. But my favorite drugstore dry shampoo, and the glorious thing is it has pigment to it. And they have different formulas, but it would be the Battiste dry shampoo. Now this one I've had for a little bit, kind of held on to it because I did like it a lot. Is for light hair, for blonde hair. It can help camouflage your roots because of the pigment. It comes out to a very powdery texture. So you get the oil absorption. It doesn't feel weird in your hair. It is an awesome product. Now, the Battiste is more expensive than the brand, which is something to keep in mind. But for the fact of the matter that it has color to it, or you can get it with color in it, it's awesome. It's awesome. So you kind of have that security blanket of not ending up looking like George Washington built in, which is great. So I highly recommend the Battiste dry shampoo. The only con, I would say, it also maybe only lasted me like a week and a half, but that might be the fact that I use dry shampoos like a mug. So that's just me. I'm oily and gross. So the winner, in my opinion, of the dry shampoo showdown is going to be a longtime friend of mine, the Rockaholic Dirty Secret Dry Shampoo. Now, this product has been out, I want to say 3 to 4 years. I used it like cray when it first came out because it was Bennett's first dry shampoo, super pumped about it. The packaging would clog really bad. I have been using this particular one for the last week or so. I have not had an issue with it clogging. The other ones I do know would clog very quickly. So I feel that maybe they've remedied that problem, so I have no qualms with recommending this product to people. But Dirty Secret Dry Shampoo keeps your hair rocking one more day, or 2 or 3. This is not pigmented. However, I have not had an issue, unless I literally just don't move the can at all. I have not had an issue with this making me white and getting the George Washington look. It's easy to run your brush through and disperse the product so it can absorb the oils. You can still leave your hair down the second day and style it out. It doesn't make it feel dirty or feel like it has crummy crud in it. Feels nice in your hair. It has a fresh scent. Not exactly sure what the scent is, but it is not as strong as the Catwalk, which is its sister brand. But fresh scent, great texture, absorbs oil so well. I cannot say enough about this glorious, beautiful product. I will say it is normally in a black can. This is for breast cancer, so if you're going to look for it at your salon, it's going to be in a black can, but it's still going to have the green lid. But I highly recommend this, and it's an amazing product. So get you some. So those are my current trials and opinions on the dry shampoos on the market at the moment. If there's one that you've heard of that you'd like me to try, I'd love to give it a whirl. I thought about including, say, the Oscar Blondie or the Rita Hazen, but the fact of the matter is you have to go to Sephora to get those, and they're not as easily as accessible as these others. So I didn't see the need to bring them in, and we honestly, with the Battiste, even Rita Hazen's pigmented shampoos, I just feel like price point can't compare. But maybe someday I'll give it a whirl. But yeah, in the end, if you need pigment, go with Battiste. If you are a nice classic girl, even if it's brown hair, red hair, blonde hair, Rockaholic is the way to go. So I hope you enjoy this information. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.